If you run a packaging company and you're looking for a shortcut to grow your sales, your margins, and your new business opportunities, let me save you some time and money right now at the top of this video. There is no shortcut. There is no hack. There's no growth trick, no magic rep, no magic trade show, no clever campaign that fixes a broken sales problem in 30 days while you keep doing everything else exactly the way you've always done. I've been in the industry for close to 35 years. I've watched the shortcut get sold to packaging owners in a brand new costume every few years, and I've watched it fail every single time. So if that's what you came for, you can stop watching right now. But if you're ready to hear what actually does work, the thing almost nobody in the industry is doing yet, stay with me. Because the fact is there's no shortcut is the best news a serious packaging owner is going to hear all year. I'm talking to packaging company CEOs and packaging manufacturers, decision makers at these packaging manufacturers. The owner doing 30 million, 50 million, 200 million, who can feel that something is off with the sales. Margins getting thinner on every order. New business showing up by accident instead of on purpose. A pipeline that looks full right up until you ask which part of it is actually and they are actually going to buy. You know that feeling, and if you're honest with yourself, you already know it's not going to fix itself. Here's the part nobody says out loud. Most of what gets sold to packaging owners as growth is a shortcut wearing a suit. Hire another rep, buy a bigger booth at a trade show, refresh the logo, pour more money into ads, cut the price to win the deal, chase the growth hack somebody posted on LinkedIn last week. Every one of those is a promise you can grow without changing anything that actually matters. And every one of those is exactly why your number is still and your numbers are still flat. Spending money is not a strategy. It's just spending money. And in this industry, familiar spending gets a free pass, while the real fix, like I'm going to share with you, gets the stopwatch and lots of objections. So why do smart owners keep reaching for the shortcut? Because the shortcut lets you avoid the hard thing. And the hard thing is almost never a missing tactic. It's the conversation you do not want to have inside your own building. I've sat across the desk from packaging CEOs who can describe exactly what is wrong with their sales. They say it out loud in their own conference room with the door closed. Then they walk back into the conference room and with the same two people who built the broken thing in the first place and never fix it. That's not a knowledge problem. You already know. It's a nerve problem. And the shortcut which you reach for when you'd rather buy a gadget than have the conversation, it feels like progress. It's actually just a more expensive way to stay frozen. So let me tell you what does work. And it's not a shortcut. It's a system. And unlike a shortcut, it compounds. I call it packaging sales 2.0. Not a funnel, not a hack, a trust engine. And it stands on three things. Number one, stop being a generic vendor and become the specialist who solves a specific problem. The companies that win are not the ones who do everything for everybody. They own a niche, a specialized problem-solving corner of the industry where they are the obvious answer, not one of 40 quotes in an inbox. Specialized packaging that solves a real problem is not a commodity. And a specialist does not compete on price because the buyer is not shopping on price. He's looking for the one company that clearly understands the problem better than anyone else in the market. That's the whole game. And it's never been about price. It was about being the obvious answer to a specific question. Number two, use business intelligence to reach exactly the right people. The old way was spray and pray. Buy a list, blast it, and hope. That's dead. Today, you know before you ever pick up the phone which manufacturers and which buyers actually have the problem your packaging solves. Who's growing? Who just changed suppliers? Who's in pain right now? That's not guesswork anymore. It's data. And when you reach the right person with the right message about the exact problem they're having, your hit rate stops looking like advertising and starts looking like a referral. Precision beats volume every single time. Number 3, and this is the one almost nobody in packaging is doing yet, build trust and awareness by answering the real questions your buyers are asking. Here's what's changed. Your buyer does not start with a phone call anymore. He starts in a search box. And more, he starts inside an AI tool search box. He types in his problem, and the AI does not hand him an ad. It cannot. It hands him the company that actually answered the question. So you become that company. You publish helpful, specific, honest guidance on things buyers genuinely want to know. What it really cost, what problems come with it, how the options truly compare, who's it best for, and who it's not. The honest reviews nobody else in your niche is willing to give. In our world, we call that the Big 5: cost, problems, comparisons, best options, and honest review. Answer those better and more honestly than anyone else in your niche, and you stop chasing buyers. They start finding you, already trusting you, before a rep ever says a word. The ad stops working the second you stop paying for it, if it even works at all. The content you publish today keeps working a year from now. It keeps getting found. It keeps getting cited by the AI tools your buyers are using. It keeps building trust while you sleep. The shortcut rents you attention. This builds an asset you actually own. One is an expense that disappears. The other is sales infrastructure that compounds. And here's the best part. Your competitors are still out there looking for the hack. The niche is wide open. The company that plants its flag first as the specialist who solves the problem and answers the questions owns that ground before anyone else even realizes it was available. So no, there is no shortcut, and thank God for that, because if there were one, your competitors would already be using it. What there is a system. Specialize, target with intelligence, teach with honest, detailed content, build trust long before the conversation ever starts. That's packaging sales 2.0. And again, there is no shortcut. And the only thing standing between you and it is the same thing that has always stood between an owner and the fix. Not knowledge, nerve. You already know what's wrong. The only question is whether you finally stop deferring and start building. If this hits a nerve, that nerve is the most valuable signal in your building right now. I've spent 35 years in this industry. If you want to talk about what this looks like for your company, you know where to find me. I'm here to help. And as always, this video is part of a collection of videos pertaining to packaging sales. Check out the others, look for playlists too, and please share this video with anybody it'll help. Thanks.